3, 2.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. We are a No Name Network, bringing you back a podcast with No Name, episode 4.
Is it 4?
Yes,
Yeah, it is.
tis 4.
I had to think about it.
Yes, and
Hi, I'm Nick.
Yeah, that's Nick over there,
Hi.
sitting across from me.
Yes.
What are we talking about today, Nick?
Talking about the most haunted places or locations in America.
That's right, folks. We're gonna get creepy, spooky.
Sort of.
Not creepy, but like spooky.
Informationally creepy.
Yes. When I'm thinking creepy, I think of like molesters.
What?
They're creepy.
What? I think of that was the
Child.
most-
I should have said like child predators. That's creepy.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't start this over.
anybody? No,
Okay.
we're keeping it.
We're
in.
keeping it.
Anybody lurking is kind of creepy. I guess the overall presence of somebody or being watched. I guess that's creepy.
That's creepy. Yes.
Yeah. What are some other things that are creepy? Since you have a very abstract imagination.
Like bugs.
Bugs are creepy?
Yeah.
I guess if I would see like a lot of bugs together. Kind of like
Bugs.
locusts. Like all forming together. Yeah. Oh, that's creepy.
That weird noise they do.
Yeah, like a wave of them coming out of the sky. Bats? No, bats aren't really creepy. That's kind of cool.
But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the most haunted places in America today. We have probably maybe 10 to talk about.
Or hey, who's to say 7? Who knows?
Who knows? But these are just places we came up with and decided to share with you today.
Yes, informationally.
Informationally. Oh, and we like to say that we have our first sponsor of the podcast. It is Slay's Sweet Heat Barbecue Grill and Sauce.
Yes, yes indeed.
It is so tasty and so good. You put it on everything, and you'll enjoy it. I promise.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really tasty, and it makes everything just 10 times better than what it is already.
I'll leave a link into the description to the Facebook page. Be sure to go and get you some of that.
Yeah, visit, let them know that we sent you there, and yeah, get some good stuff in your stomach. Get your belly full.
Belly full of good sauce.
All right.
Anyways, let's
Plug
get to
done.
the subjects.
And that is a non-paid sponsor.
Non-paid sponsorship.
Yeah, moving forward.
But,
Just to make that clear.
Shout it out, yo.
Shout out, yeah. Continuing on.
All right. Well, today we're gonna start off with the first haunted place on our list.
Yes, or supposedly if you don't, believe in that.
Believe in that, and that is going to be the Winchester Mystery House.
Now, Taylor, you say Winchester. That makes me think of one thing. Am I right in thinking that's about guns?
Yes, you
Oh,
are
wow.
correct, my friend.
Wow.
This is once the personal residence of Sarah Winchester, who was the widow of the gunmaker William Winchester. And see, after her husband and her child died, she went to like a medium or whatever.
Yes.
And saw the medium, and she said that she was going to be haunted by the ghosts of everybody who's been killed by the Winchester rifle.
Some dark shit.
Yeah. Unless she took some precautions. So she moved to California.
Was that one of the precautions? Hey, you need to move to California?
No, she just, I don't know this is what she came up with. She moved to California, and she started working on the house, adding rooms, hallways, stairs, and everything to keep these spirits at bay, to keep them confused.
Okay.
Because these stairways and these doors would open up to nothing,
So
and they would go to nothing.
she believed that they couldn't pass through inanimate objects like walls,
I don't
so
know.
they would have to open up. I guess if they
They
open up
would
doors.
just get confused, you know?
Oh yeah, I guess.
And this house got built up to 7 stories at one time before the earthquake, I think like 1905 or something like that.
Huge.
It's 4 stories now.
Not so huge.
Not so huge, but still pretty big. But there's over 161 rooms, 40 bedrooms, 17 chimneys, like 13 bathrooms, I think.
Santa has a lot to work with.
Yes, he's gonna get confused.
He's gonna get confused as hell.
He himself is gonna get confused. But yeah. What else do I have about this place? It's very creepy, man. Like, just going in there, I would imagine just going in there and walking around, you could feel the eeriness. There's like windows
Yeah.
inside that overlook bedrooms and stuff.
That's weird. You
That is
feel like
very
you're always being watched and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
it's very creepy, man. It's in San Jose, California. So if you're ever in California and you want to visit, they do tours. So
Or don't, because you might get lost and it's like a maze. That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
you might. So, what you got on your list, man?
All right, so
What's your haunted place?
let's start out with Lizzie Borden house.
Mm.
And yeah, these
That
aren't
crazy,
really
that crazy hoe.
yeah, I guess one could assume. Yeah, so these aren't very long-winded discussions and topics because it's more of just like what we thought were the most haunted places. So we're just going through those and describing them, and yeah, that's the thing. Lizzie Borden house. So this is in Fall River, Massachusetts. Of course, you know the famous story of her killing her stepmother and father with an axe, which they do give out little hand axes at this place.
They do? They
yeah.
give out little axes?
Yeah, I think the keys are on axes, like just little plastic ones.
The key?
Yeah, the key to the rooms. I think. Don't hold me to that, but I think.
That is gnarly.
Yeah. And then the couch that I think her stepfather was or her father was murdered on.
Yeah.
Is still there.
Wow.
And you can sit in it.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That's so creepy, dude.
Yeah. So it's a bed and breakfast now. Guests say that they definitely don't feel like they're alone. They can feel a disturbance in the force, if you will. They can feel a presence always watching them. But yeah, basically Lizzie Borden was acquitted of all charges when she was brought before a judge. So is there some restlessness with the spirits at this house? Who's to say? Who knows? Are they trying to get vengeance for what happened to them? Are they just trying to manifest themselves to cry for help and get retribution for what happened? Who knows? But yeah, is there something darker going on here? Was Lizzie actually, possessed?
Was she controlled by the devil?
Or a demon, if you don't believe in the devil and believe in demons.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're saying either.
Some people don't believe in the devil, but they believe in demons. Some
Yeah.
people don't believe in demons, but believe in the devil.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, and some people believe that everybody that's possessed is the devil. So I mean, whatever you believe. But was she possessed by something or someone? Who knows? But yeah, it's crazy location.
I'm trying to see if they actually had this couch that you say.
Yeah. If you watch
Lizzie Borden bed, it's a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, it's a bed and breakfast. Yeah. It's weird. It's so weird. And they embrace it.
Huh, there's like an axe sitting on the table.
Yeah, they embrace the hell out of it. Because, I mean, you got to. When you're a location to come stay there, you got to embrace it.
About the house.
It's insane.
The rooms.
But yeah, if you don't know the Lizzie Borden story, look it up. It's really demented. It's really creepy. It's one of those that is technically an American Horror Story. We have a few of those, and this is one of them. It's one of the backbones of our history. And of course, there's the fairy tale or the kid story out of it.
Of what?
Lizzie Borden.
I never even heard a kid story. Lizzie Borden.
Or just like a little rhyme.
Rainy rhyme.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. But
I don't know.
go ahead with your next one.
All right, next one on my list would be the. Sorry, I'm just like really distracted. Would be the Bell Witch Cave or the Bell Witch property. 'Tis in Adams, Tennessee.
Okay.
It's a 320-acre piece of land. Shout out to my homie John Bell, the owner of this land. And basically what happened was, began with John Bell seeing strange animals on his property, such as dogs with heads of a rabbit.
What?
Yes.
What kind of Tennessee whiskey was he drinking?
I don't know, but it was some good-ish.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But, yeah, and he saw animals disappearing and stuff like that. Just seeing weird creatures, like unidentifiable creatures.
Yeah, a rabbit head on a dog is kind of out there.
Yeah, what? Chupacabra.
Or was it floppy eared? That'd be funny looking.
Yeah?
That'd be great.
Yeah. But anyways, dude, soon the activity moved into the house and the sounds of knocking, scratching, bed sheets pulling off of them and shit like that.
Well, there are things called hellhounds.
Yes.
Could be that.
Could be a hellhound.
That's pretty cool thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
But, what had happened was he didn't know what was going on until this spirit or whatever you want to call it started speaking and talking to them in voices. It would change from, it was like a female voice, I think they said it was. It would change sometimes. But the voice had told them that it was like this lady named Old Kate Bartz or Batts or something like that. Old Kate Batts, and
Old Kate Batts.
yeah,
Okay.
she cursed John Bell and shit when she was on her deathbed, and said he was gonna haunt him.
Why?
Or try to kill him.
Why?
I don't know, cause it was like some bad slave purchase with his dad or something like that back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cause this was like in the 1800s, like 1817.
Yeah, the dark times.
Yeah, that dark times.
Yeah.
Very.
Very.
But yeah, he didn't know what was going on until he figured that out, and then he's like, oh, okay, now I know why all this stuff's going on.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, the activity stopped, and then it came back 7 years later, and she basically killed the dude.
What?
Yeah, the ghost killed the guy. There was like a bottle of poison that nobody knew where it came from, sitting next to his bed, and it was like on his mouth, and he was dead. Nobody knew where it came from.
Huh.
Yep.
That's strange.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely strange.
They tore down the house, but they rebuilt it just like it is.
Oh no, that's not cool at all.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I hate that.
Very much so.
Oh. Make something else. Make like a Toys R Us or something.
Yeah, but
Nice.
there's a cave there. Oh, let me tell you this story about Andrew Jackson, the 7th president of the United States.
Yes.
Fun fact.
On Inauguration Day.
On Inauguration Day. This is Friday. We're recording this Friday.
And President Trump is now a thing.
He's still alive at this point.
We think that
We
he's
think
going
so.
to be alive.
Yes. But Andrew Jackson, dude, they were riding in. He heard about this place, and they were riding in.
Yes.
And I need to speak a little louder, like
No,
I'm
you're
doing
good.
now. Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. They were rolling in, dude, and the carriage just automatically stopped. Like, and the wheel was just stopped. They were on flat land. And
So this is horse
clear-
carriage.
Yeah, yeah.
And so did the horses stop or did they stop?
The carriage stopped and made the horses stop.
What?
Yeah, and the wheel wouldn't move. And then you heard a voice say, "All right, Mr. Jackson, I'll let the carriage move now. I'll see you later tonight." Yeah,
No.
yeah,
That's weird.
yeah,
Just so people out there know, my eyes just got really wide.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't audibly say that, but I was like, what?
Yes, and that night, the bed sheets got torn off of them, and they packed their stuff up and dipped.
So I was wanting to get lucky with the president.
Yeah. This was when he was a general or whatever before he was a president.
Sorry, Mr. Jackson. Ooh, I am for real.
Sorry, Mr. Jackson.
Anything else about the Bell Witch?
Oh yeah, the cave.
Yes. Have to stay on point.
What did I say about the cave? It's just. Oh, I was talking about it earlier about that kid who, like, it was like the John Bell's daughter or whatever, and her friends went in there,
Yeah.
and the kid like fell into this crevice, something like that, and he said, like, "Get me out" or something, and he felt somebody pull at his feet, and then the ghost, still invisible, just stood there and gave them lectures on like safety,
What?
cave safety or something like that.
It's like you going into the wilderness and seeing Smokey the Bear, but it's not there, and he's just, don't start a fire.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Like, what?
This is not a paid sponsorship
Oh,
from
yeah,
Smokey
no.
the Bear.
But hey, don't make fires in the forest.
True.
That's it. We don't need to be paid to say that. Don't be stupid.
Yes. All right. Well, let's move on to our next haunted
That's crazy.
location. Yeah, that was a crazy story.
That's insane.
Crazy story.
All right, let's go to the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado.
Here's Johnny.
Exactly. So if you've ever watched The Shining or read the book, you know that Stephen King, well, that was his little baby. It was his little baby. And
boo-boo. Okay.
yeah, I've been doing that all morning. I don't know why. Yeah. So this was the inspiration for Stephen King's novel The Shining, and the movie. People can hear children laughing very loudly, which is creepy in itself. If there's one thing I hate, it's children's playgrounds and children laughing. The happiness of children.
I hate children's playgrounds and laughing.
I hate children. I hate our future. Is what I'm trying to say.
You were a child at one point, dude.
And I was the worst. Children are the worst. No, I love children. I love all kids. But I hate going and walking past children's parks or Toys R Us or Walmart aisles where there's children playing with toys because they're laughing and it's creepy. It's the creepiest thing ever. If you ever at a park at night and you hear child laughter, you want to run. So
See.
yeah, that's audible. You can hear that very loudly in this hotel.
Here's Johnny.
Exactly.
Here I am trying to take a shit.
So yeah, the ballroom. There's a ballroom in this hotel, and it sounds at night like it's being used when nobody's in there. So that's really weird too, because these children are laughing at you, and now they're going to have a party without you, and
That sounds not fun, man.
they're assholes.
Yeah, I want to party.
They're asshole ghosts.
I want to party with the ghosts.
And then, just to top it all off, the stupid little children ghost will throw your bags, and they'll either pack them or unpack them.
No.
So if they're packed, they'll unpack them because they're little assholes.
No.
They probably take a shit in there too.
That's not fun.
A spirit shit.
A spirit shit. Nobody likes spirit poo.
I mean, you can't smell it, or maybe you can.
I don't know.
Maybe it's that demon sulfur.
I don't know, dude. Maybe, like, what if ghosts have, like, the ability to detach themselves like Horcruxes?
You lost me completely there.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Like, what if they have the ability to detach part of their soul into an object? And,
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and take it with you. Like those haunted masks you used to have in your room.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll
one
get to
day.
that story.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Some African masks that I was deathly afraid of that are not around anymore. All right, what's the next one that you have? Because that's the only thing about the Stanley Hotel is there's some asshole kids there, and yeah, screw you, ghost kids. I ain't afraid of you. I'll kick you in the head. You ghost head.
Before I get to my
Ghost face. Space ghost.
my long page, let's continue with what you have.
Okay, yeah. Let's see.
With what you got.
We can go to the Eastern State Penitentiary.
Let's do that.
This is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's historically a crazy ass place because it was supposed to be built and only hold a max number of 250 prisoners, but it ended up housing over 1,700 inmates. That's insane and absurd.
Too
in
many
itself.
people.
Too many people. Overpopulation. You're gonna have people die. You're gonna have people get if a person got disease there, you're screwed in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's gonna fall.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with this place is that the guards were sadistic and they would torture the inmates. They would torture them by dousing them in water. They would send them out into the freezing rain, into the freezing cold, just to stand there
That's
and
fucked up.
absorb the pain.
I had to say it.
Yeah, I mean that is fucked up. There's no two ways around that. That is absolutely absurd. And look, I get it that people deserve that, yes, but at the same time, they're still human beings, and they still have. They were tortured, and that's not cool. Somebody got caught for a DUI. I mean, I don't know back in the day if they had DUIs, but like that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
well, like what day? Like what back in the day? Like
hell if I know.
the 20s. Well, I mean that was probably during Prohibition time anyway. So
Let's see. Eastern State Penitentiary. Should be my history. Let's see. You can still you can take tours right now.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Its closure was. Okay, it's
Sorry, folks.
operational from 1829 to 1971.
1829 to 1971.
That's a long history.
That is over 100 years.
Definitely.
Wasn't that movie Shawshank Redemption filmed there?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Let me see.
Pretty
it might
sure.
have been based off of there.
No, it was filmed at Eastern State. I'm pretty sure. That movie's awesome.
It was at the Ohio State Reformatory, which is also another haunted location, but it didn't make our list. But yeah.
I thought it was Eastern State, man.
No, that's in Mansfield, Ohio. That's where it was shot.
All right.
But yeah. So let me go back to our page here. Right here. Okay, yeah. So I mean, guards torturing people is like that's demented, and that's the thing. Some historians say that they were sadistic, but could they have been possessed as well? That's the thing about all these places is that they do have ghostly ties. So I mean, could it be a ghostly possession? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it made our list because that is really sadistic, and this place it's still to this day haunted. You can hear your normal chains rattling. Prison cells have certain types of EVPs, electronic
Electronic
voice phenomena.
voice phenomenon. Yeah.
you can see things, you can see lights. I mean, it has your who's who of run-of-the-mill stuff that you would see anywhere. So I mean, that's why it made our list.
And Ghost Hunters caught a good piece of.
Yeah, of
Film.
where they had a static night vision camera, I believe, pointed towards. It was on a
Down a corridor.
yeah, down a corridor, and they saw
Second
this,
floor.
yes, this black figure run towards it, stop, and then run away.
It was like a black cloaked figure.
It
I
was
remember it so
weird.
vividly.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because I was like, what?
Yeah, it's really weird, and it's one of the greatest caught on camera, not photography, but caught on recording
Caught on
camera,
recorded camera, yes.
phenomenons that they've ever caught. So that's really cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to talk about the Sloss furnaces in our own state of Birmingham, Alabama.
A very shitty state, but yes, keep on going talking about Alabama.
Well, let me go ahead and get on here this
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
down
yeah,
down
yeah,
down
yeah.
down, down.
All right, come on.
All right.
Just knee slap for no reason. All right.
That's a knee slap.
Sloth Furnace.
They're from 1882 to 1971, Birmingham Sloss furnaces. They transformed coal and other stuff to steel, and these steel would be taken up to like New York Skylines and Pittsburgh, Chicago, automobiles, stuff like that.
Yeah, or manufacturing for all the big businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Then one day it shut down because a lot of workers kept getting like killed and shit.
Yeah, because back then there's no like safety.
There were no safety precautions.
Yeah, there's nothing. It was just, hey, put on a hard hat, go do this.
There's this one guy named James Slag Wormwood. He was working the graveyard shift one night.
Which is nighttime.
Yes. He was standing on top of one of the plumes trying to keep the furnace lit.
Right.
He fell
Oh no.
into the melted.
Oh,
Iron.
Shia LaBeouf, that sucks.
His body melted immediately.
Of course.
Yep.
That's gotta be,
And
like, the
they said he probably became dizzy from the fumes of the gas,
Oh yeah.
the methane,
Yeah.
and that's probably where he lost his balance and fell in. So yeah, let's see what they say about the haunting. They said each year the legend grew more and more due to the story.
So odds are you could probably look on that high rise and see him every single time. Probably more so on the year to the day that it happened.
Yeah. Huh. This says right here that a watchman sustained injuries after being pushed from behind and told angrily by a deep voice to get back to work. Could have been Slag.
Could have been. That's such a. My boss name is Slag, and he wants me to get back to work today, and I just don't feel like it, boss man. That's what that sounds like.
What, dude? In 1947, 3 supervisors turned up missing. Found unconscious and locked in a small boiler room in the southeastern part of the plant, none of the 3 could explain exactly what happened to them. All agreed they were approached by a man whose skin appeared badly burned and who angrily shouted at them to push some steel.
Slag.
Slag, man. That was that slag, boy.
That's creepy.
Yeah,
That's more horrifying than creepy.
I would
never
Scary?
wanna go
That's like some Freddy Krueger type ish, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that at all.
No.
All right, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, what you got?
Let's see.
I just like to include that one because it was in our state, and
Yeah,
they have a music festival there now called Sloss. Logic was there this
All right,
past
so
year.
Bachelor's Grove Cemetery.
Yes, you know about this, so.
Yeah, so this is and I'm sorry if I butchered this name, but I'm just pronouncing it by the lettering. Midlothian, Illinois. It's right outside of Chicago. And Chicago has a really big history with this cemetery. Basically, it has had one of the most famous ghostly pictures taken of it ever, and this is of a lady, of a spirit sitting on a tombstone, and it is chilling if you ever look at this photo.
It is very creepy, guys.
Yeah, it's chilling. It's in black and white. Of course, it had to be to catch it because that's just the wavelength that this
Yeah.
spirit was on. But yeah, basically, gangsters at one point used this cemetery because it was so out of the way, out of Chicago. Gangsters and the mafia from Chicago would use this to get rid of bodies.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
and that's it, because there's a little ravine and a little lake at the end of it. I believe that you can just dump bodies off, and they would find them just washed up to shore, and it's absolutely insane. Because there's no telling how many bodies were actually laid to rest there, or not willingly laid to rest.
Yeah.
Because it is out of the way. It is in the middle of nowhere. I think there's about a mile around where there's just nothing but grove and trees, and there's not a road for a mile. And yeah, so basically, locals say that you can see hovering lights, and that's very normal. If you experience a hovering light and you chase it, you can chase it for miles and miles and miles and miles, and just around the cemetery, and you'll never find anything.
Wow.
There's no light source around at all.
Nothing. It's
'Cause
just pitch black at night.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way through the foliage you could see anything. But yeah, and some attribute all this to Satanists. Satanists have had a really big outpouring there at night, and they show up and they have said to have animal sacrifices. People find carcasses of dogs, cats, rabbits,
What?
a litany of animals.
That's wild.
Yeah, literally, it's wild animals. But yeah, it's creepy. I would never want to go there. That's one place I would definitely avoid. And the mafia background, the history that's there, there's no telling how many
It's
footsteps.
definitely haunted, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
if you look it up on YouTube, you can find EVPs of it. Of somebody said, "I can see the light," and that's weird. Because what is the light?
The light. I can see the light.
But yeah, that's that. So what you got next?
My last one on my list. I don't know how many you have left on yours.
I'll have to go through. I have two.
Okay.
So you want me to go real quick and then you can go? And that way we can just have one last. That one not double.
Yeah. What do you have?
Yeah, okay. So let's go with Gettysburg Field.
All right. Let's talk about it.
So the Battle of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Over 10,000 soldiers died here. Many people have claimed to this day to have met Civil War reenactors and to have witnessed the reenactment, only for them to find out that day no reenactment has taken place. So, they have said they've met ghosts. They have met
crap,
men
dude.
out of time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Time travel.
No.
Ghosts.
I mean, just spirits that haven't left. There's still bullet shells in houses around here. There's still bullet shells that people have found.
Oh yeah.
Some say you can hear gunshots at night. You can hear crying out for help, people that are wounded. You can hear screaming from across the fields. And you can, if you have the right technology, you can locate heat sources and see them moving around on the field. And it's not animals.
Wow.
It's very weird, very creepy, but at the same time, it's really depressing because that's our history. You know?
Yeah.
That was a battle that took place because of us. Not because of us. I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me, man.
It wasn't me. It
Wasn't
definitely
me.
Some other
It
assholes.
wasn't me.
But yeah.
You fought in the Civil War. It wasn't me. Na, 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 na. It wasn't me. You killed that Southerner. It wasn't me. He was just fighting a Northerner. It wasn't me. That's gonna be beautiful.
That is gonna be beautiful. Okay, next one. You got it.
All right. This is probably my most haunted place
Yes.
because I feel like I have like a certain attachment to it. I don't know why. I grew up watching Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures, and I think Ghost Hunters did a live special on Halloween at this place, and that is Waverly Hills Sanitarium
Yes.
in
Yes,
Jefferson
yes.
County, Kentucky, outside of Louisville.
Crazy place.
Just to give you a little history. Sorry if I keep clearing my throat. I have a really dry mouth today. Water is not available right now. Okay, anyways. Opened in 1910 as a hospital. Hospital. Opened in 1910 as a hospital to tuberculosis patients, or also known as the White Plague. It was mainly for the treatment of advanced cases of tuberculosis. But it closed in 1961 due to the antibiotic streptomycin, I guess it's called, which lowered the need for such hospital. But anyways, in 1911, the board of the TB hospital gained $25,000 to build another hospital for TB patients. Soon, they built. Oh, sorry, I had my hands in front of my face. But yeah, in December 1912 it officially opened. 1914, a children's pavilion was added on to the
No,
wooden,
that's weird.
yeah,
I don't like that.
to the wooden structure. And the wooden structure actually needed repairs, so they rebuilt the now more durable 5-story structure, which is brick. I think it said it housed like over 400.
Jeez.
Yeah, 400 patients. Hundreds have died though at that place.
Well, yeah.
Tuberculosis was a bad disease. Treatments were as bad as the disease itself, such as patients' lungs being exposed to ultraviolet light to try to stop the bacteria growing. And they would put balloons in lungs and then expand the lungs with the balloons. That's insane.
Yeah, it is.
But
But hey, back in the day, they used to just stab you in the eye if you had a headache, or in the head,
yeah,
to relieve the pressure.
it was like a
Lobotomy
lobotomy.
is what it's called. Yeah, because the doctors. I mean, look, medicine's come a hell of a long way since 100 and something years ago. Because they used to, if you had a headache, you were screwed. And if you were caught doing or reading a book and they thought you were a witch, you're going to the bottom of a damn lake.
Oh yeah.
So
We gonna put some fucking. Sorry, I said it again.
okay, go.
We gonna put some freaking cinder blocks on your feet,
Yeah.
tie 'em on, throw you in the lake, and you gonna sink to the bottom.
Okay.
Swim.
Time out. How much sense does that even make?
How they gonna tie bricks to you, put you in the lake, and then tell you to swim?
Well, the whole thing was what was it? If you're a witch,
You would swim.
you would die. No, what was it? Yeah, no. It was if you were a witch, you would get out. But if you were human, but what kind of sense does that make?
You're just sacrificing your own kind
You're
at
just
that
killing
point.
someone for no reason.
Yeah. Anyways, we're getting off on a tangent.
But that's okay. Let's keep on
Yeah,
going.
yeah. We'll get back to the hauntedness of this place in a second. But what was
How much does that make sense, though? Like, okay, how has our intellectual capacity grown since 100, 200 years ago to be like, that's not right?
and like you know how they used to have seizures and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That could have been some neurological problem in your brain,
Exactly.
and not like a religious type thing.
Yeah, what, dude? I'm telling you,
But we weren't as smart as we were back then.
how though? What do we know now that we didn't know before?
We know a lot more about the
Religiously,
brain. No,
we don't know shit.
I'm talking about the brain,
Well, yeah, we know
scientifically
more
and
about that.
stuff like that.
We're still learning about the brain with
Yeah,
CTE.
some of the stuff with that happened back in the day, we can take account for because of the way we have learned about our brains.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like I said, we're still learning about brains. CTE. I don't think football will be a thing in 50 years. To be honest with you, because CTE is such a thing.
It's gonna ruin sports, man.
Well, but yeah,
Football. In my opinion, I think football is America's pastime. I know baseball is, but football is just a much more popular sport.
I think football is popularized based on moments.
Moments, yeah.
I think baseball is.
And it's more fast paced.
Yeah, I think that's why. I think if baseball was 162 damn games, or what is it, 82, I think it'd be a lot easier to go through. But yeah, I don't think football will be around in 50 years.
Maybe.
But when Bo Jackson comes out and said he would have never played football, based off of the studies that have come out within the past 5 years, yeah, you need to heed those words. Anyway, but how do we get from ghosts to witches to Bo Jackson?
Bo Jackson. That's how our imaginations work.
That's how our podcast is going, guys. We just
Talk
go with the
about
flow,
anything.
man.
One day we're gonna have an open discussion podcast. We're just gonna talk.
We should get like on Twitch for that.
Yeah.
Just hey, give us a topic and
Give us a
watch us
topic.
go.
But
All right, continue. I'm sorry.
yeah, hundreds died at this place
Yeah.
during the epidemic. Actually, during the height of the epidemic.
At one point, I think TB held the highest kill count for any disease, and I think
Yeah.
some form of HIV took over.
They said the cure was thought to have been fresh air and nutritious food, so they would put patients outside.
What?
Yeah, and just let them chill outside. I'm like, are you kidding me? That bacteria in the air, it's gonna get to your
It's
lungs.
just in there.
Yeah, like-
what?
It's crazy.
How far we have come as a society.
But the
We were
haunted thing
stupid.
about it is room 502.
Yeah, 502.
There was a nurse found dead. She hung herself. She was
From the
pregnant.
bacteria?
No,
Oh, she was pregnant.
she was pregnant.
From a person there?
No, I don't know what happened, dude.
Oh, okay.
She was just found dead, committed suicide, by hanging herself. She was pregnant at the time. Yeah, so she haunts that place.
That's okay. When I hate to say this, but like whenever you hear of a suicide and it's like, or a murder with a kid involved, like she's
Especially,
pregnant,
yeah, that's crazy.
that makes it creepy and weird. Cause then it's like, that baby made you do it. Like that little insect was telling you, hey, you need
Yeah.
to hang yourself.
In another instance for room 502, another nurse working there was said to jump from the roof patio to her death from the roof. Man, that's 4 or 5 stories tall, dude.
It was just a social experiment. That's what it was. Watch this, guys.
It's all for you, Damien. You ever seen The Omen?
Oh yeah.
And
There's
she
a,
jumps
there's
off.
a game too.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
weird.
PewDiePie played it. I
Yeah.
watched him play that shit.
All right. All right. We went from talking about suicide, death with babies,
To pew
to The Omen, to all right. Next to something else.
Anyways, there's another instance of a Timmy, little boy, who died there. He, if you go with like a little ball, you put
Yeah.
it on the ground, he'll play with it and
Yeah,
stuff.
and they actually had this on recording that the
Yeah.
ball has moved.
Yep, and they have this death tunnel.
That doesn't sound fun at
Yeah,
all.
it's this tunnel in the underground that goes. Let me see how far it goes.
So you would think Tunnel of Love. That's nice. You get a nice little goose or whatever it is you ride in. Beautiful little. Oh, it's a swan. You get a swan. You ride in the swan, and this one you ride on the back of a devil. Or hail what's it called? Leviathan, or Cthulhu. You get a baby Cthulhu. People like Cthulhu though.
Cthulhu.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. A baby Cthulhu, if you ever play Scribblenauts, is adorable.
What game is that?
You ever play Scribblenauts?
No.
Okay, so it's on iPhone and iPad, iOS basically, and you type in stuff and it creates it. So like you put sword and it creates a sword for your character. So if you write in like God or Jesus or the devil or Cthulhu, it actually makes those things. And there's a baby, you can put in baby Cthulhu. It's adorable. It's like a little squid. It's cute.
What?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to show me this when we get done.
I would definitely show you. It's adorable.
May I? No, never mind. Let's see how far
Yeah, this one you ride on the
tunnel-
back of a baby Cthulhu, and yeah, you might fly into space and die, and you might just get eaten by a hellhound. Who is to say?
Streptococcus. Anyways, but yeah, this death tunnel, they would travel the dead bodies through that tunnel to down where the, I guess, morgue people would meet meet them
Yeah,
to
yeah.
take them off.
Mhm.
And they say that tunnel is probably one of the hottest places on the property.
Wow,
Yeah, hundreds died, dude. Hundreds and
Hundreds.
hundreds have died.
that's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. They would just
It's insane in the membrane.
and it became a old folks home, I guess I could say.
what? That's
Yeah, a retirement home after in like the 60s, I think, and they mistreated patients there with experiments and stuff
of
too.
course.
So I'm pretty sure people died there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was a prison at one time. Some guy bought it and said he was gonna build the biggest statue of Jesus in the world, like the one in Rio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Has he done that?
No,
Of course not. The
it's,
demons are
it's
making-
bought by somebody now. And I think they have like music festivals there now. Like, what's that band? That band Margera liked.
Shit, I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah, that's my last haunted place. What you got, Nick,
Is
for
that your last
yours?
one?
Yeah,
Okay,
for
so-
mine. No, I had one.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Birdcage Theater. This is in Tombstone, Arizona. This has again been done by Ghost Adventures, I think by Taps as well. It used to be a saloon and brothel. If you don't know what a brothel is, that's a prostitution house.
Yes.
Basically you go there and you have a little bit of fun if you're a cowboy. So yeah, you can hear laughter and yelling throughout. And you can hear music playing at night. When it's closed and shut down because it's still active, you could still hear music playing at night. So they're still partying there.
Didn't they catch an apparition at this place?
Yes, they have.
Okay.
They call it apparition. There's also, I think there's bullets still lodged in the place. Bullet holes.
I do
So-
believe this.
With that, they still believe that there's residue from the spirits just in that sense of the gunshot holds history. Because if you think about it, wood absorbs history. That's what a bunch of people think, especially people in the paranormal field.
Yeah.
So when you shoot through it, of course, it's going to hold that residue of memory and from who did that. So, I mean, it's very interesting if you want to look at it. They have a whole hour special on it. I enjoyed it. But yeah, it makes this because it's weird. It's weird and it's just creepy.
What happened there?
Just a bunch of shit.
Death?
Yeah, just a bunch of shit.
Bunch of death.
I mean, there's no telling because it was such an old establishment.
Oh yeah.
And if there's bullets there, then you can imagine there's been shootouts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And this is in Arizona.
Yeah. This is
Oh
in
West.
Tombstone. If it's in Tombstone, Arizona, you can.
Man, I like them Tombstone pizzas.
Yeah, you can bet your ass there's been some shootouts there. But yeah, and then we wanted to talk about Savannah, Georgia.
Yes, that's like the most haunted city in the whole United States.
Yeah.
I have a buddy who actually lives there. Shout out Kirk.
Uh-huh.
Kirk Straight, what up? I know you listening.
All right, calm down. I was watching stuff. Hold on. I'm going.
Cut this out too.
Okay, so we're back. So I have a website called thelineup.com. And this is where I went to for this because we didn't want to write all this stuff down. Yeah, we're lazy as shit. But no, basically I didn't want to get any of the information wrong. I want to go straight to the source for this. And Savannah, Georgia is popularized as being one of the most haunted, or the most haunted city in all of America.
All of America.
And this is a place where you can go, and I'm about to go through 10 of them. And I haven't told you these because I want your genuine reaction. Some of these you might have seen on Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got 432 Abercorn Street.
Whoa.
No, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
God. Needs to be power washed from the picture. But yeah, like I said, you can go to thelineup.com for this, and all credit goes to them. I just wanted to make that a point because we do sometimes look at stuff off of Google, but that's just to get information, put it in our own words, but I'm literally verbatim using what they have here. So yeah, located on the east side of Calhoun Square is a foreboding dwelling reportedly inhabited by multiple ghosts. One such specter is General Wilson, who was the first resident of 432 Abercorn in the late 19th century. Legend goes, Wilson forced his daughter to sit for days facing the window as punishment for playing with the Macy School children, a nearby school for the poor.
Oh.
Apparently they had some upper echelon folk, and they were one of them.
Yes.
The little girl died from dehydration, while the general died later in life of natural causes. Quote unquote natural causes. They don't have this quote, I'm just saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Other restless guests include a trio of sisters from Florida who were reportedly murdered in 1959 while visiting their family. Even walking past the house gives passerbys the chills, regardless of the ghost's true identities. And that's just one place. There's
That's creepy, man.
9 more, so let's keep on going. Bonaventure Cemetery is number 2 on here. It looks I mean, you can't say a cemetery is beautiful, but I mean it has a beautiful background on it.
Yeah.
The picture that they have is beautiful. It's breathtaking. Was made famous in the murder mystery Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Throughout its existence, locals have been in awe of its beauty and wary of its spirits. The most well-known is Little Gracie, who inhabits her lifelike statue. And this is where it gets creepy. Gifts are left for the ghost of the 6-year-old girl, and legend has it that the statue cries bloody tears if a toy is removed.
That is creepy, man.
Right? Because you always hear statues crying, and we've had instances, and you've seen pictures of it where that's true. Yeah, you're looking at it. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. Very weird.
What?
Alright, so Calhoun Square is next.
I want to say this is where they filmed that scene where Forrest Gump's on the bench with the chocolate.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Okay, so founder James Edward Oglethorpe banned slavery when he founded Savannah in 1733. But by the 1740s, the manufacturing interest of the burgeoning city won out. Slaves were brought in and often disposed of hastily upon their deaths. Underneath Calhoun Square rests a slave burial ground where an estimated 1,000 bodies were buried in pits.
Oh my gosh.
Today, locals say the restless souls of those buried below can still be sensed roaming the square.
That's creepy.
And this is true anywhere in the South, really. We live in one of the, I won't say,
we live in Alabama.
yeah, but it in a very historical part in Mobile.
Yes.
And living here, we know a lot about our history that has some ties to this that is really sad and depressing and kind of shocking when it comes to that. And it's something that we're not proud of, definitely. I mean, that's something that I hope that everyone is ashamed of, because we shouldn't have a history like that.
True.
But yeah, so considerably understand where that goes. Next at number 4, we have the Old Chandler Hospital Morgue Tunnel. Georgia's first hospital was built in Savannah in 1804. On its property sits the massive Chandler Oak, otherwise known as the Hanging Tree. Many report seeing apparitions hanging from the branches. Meanwhile, the morgue tunnel, which runs from the hospital to the Forsyth Park, was once used to transport, store, and secretly dispose of the diseased bodies from yellow fever epidemics.
What?
Today, eerie orbs and apparitions pop up all along this passageway where corpse once rested.
They stored dead bodies
Yep.
in a freaking tunnel.
Yep. And I remember reading something about this where it would just be on gurneys and they'd just be laying there. Or
Really?
They just put them on the ground. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
messed up, man.
And like I said, again, we completely, considerably understand where they're coming from with the hanging tree. Again, we're ashamed of our past, but it wasn't us. We're a different society today, but at the same time, here in Mobile, we do have trees like that where we know of places where things have happened.
Okay, Madison Square was the place where they did the Forrest Gump thing, I think.
Okay, yeah. All right, next at number 5, we have the Sorrel Weed House. The curious who enter the Sorrel Weed House have had unexplained experiences within, such as nausea, throat tightening, and electronic malfunctions. Some attribute these happenings to the indiscretions of wealthy plantation owner Francis Sorrel, who had a long-standing affair with a slave named Molly, whose quarters were kept close by, above the carriage house. Sorrel's second wife, Matilda, discovered the affair and flung herself from the second balcony to her death. Molly was found a few weeks later hanging from a noose.
It always seems like the dude's cheating on somebody, and then they jump off the balcony.
Yeah.
It always seems like that, man.
That's probably what happened with that woman with the pregnancy when she hung herself.
I think so.
Others believe the paranormal activity is due to the home's location. It sits along the battle lines of the Siege of Savannah, a grisly Revolutionary War where the numerous casualties fell in 1779. Next, at number 6, we have the 1790 Inn. This bed and breakfast from the 1820s keeps guests even in death. Request room 204 if you'd like to meet the B&B's most famous eternal lodger, Anna. Here we go again with a love story. Heartbroken when her sailor lover skipped town, Anna committed suicide by jumping from the balcony. The lovelorn spirit keeps busy at night. You'll hear her sob, see her standing by her bed, or find your belongings misplaced. Women should take extra precautions before crawling into bed. Anna doesn't like competition and will harass female patrons. Even Miley Cyrus tweeted a picture of a handprint on her boot left by Anna.
What?
That's pretty cool.
Let me read the next one.
All right, the Moon River Brewing Company. Go ahead.
Patrons at the Moon River Brewing Company aren't just drunk on spirits.
Pun.
They're seeing them too. Long before it served up the suds, this microbrewery functioned as Savannah's first guest house. City Hotel was established in 1821 and was the site of some seedy and violent behavior, including brawls, shootings, and beatings. Now it houses aggressive spooks who shove patrons and appear at the bar and cut you in line for a drink. Ain't that some shit?
That's insane.
They want their beer before you, man.
Yeah, violent behavior, brawls, shootings, and beatings. I mean,
People just getting drunk,
that's
dude.
sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Savannah's sad. Don't go there. If you know anybody named Savannah, make their day today. Text them and say hey.
I know Savannah.
Text her and say hey. Or him. Hey. Could be him. Who knows? Yeah. Hey, we don't judge. Next is the Gribble House. This sounds terrible. In 1909, a terrible tragedy occurred at the site where a warehouse now stands. Now, they did do this on Ghost Adventures, I remember.
You did?
They didn't find anything here, but again, the house has been torn down and it's now a warehouse, so who really knows? 3 women were brutally murdered and the culprit was never caught. Today, while the original home is gone, the spirits remain. Ghost hunters can take a tour of the Gribble House, where previous participants have seen orbs of light, a woman in white, and a shadowy figure running through the building. Now, what the legend, if I remember correctly, is that this guy just entered the house and just started killing them.
Really?
Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts. And again, was he possessed? Was he not? Who knows? Never got caught. But yeah, it's really sad. So if you want to take the pirate's house,
Yes, the Pirate's House. The inn established here in 1753 possessed a dark reputation. Sailors were lured in for the evening. Man, stop doing that. Sailors were lured in for the evening with a hot meal, a place to rest, and plenty of booze. Hell yeah, man.
wait, what? Oh, that's
Soon-
just boobs. I was like, wait, what? That's not
Soon
PG.
after the sailors passed out for the night, smugglers would drag them down into the basement and transport them through a tunnel to the Savannah River. The following morning, the unfortunate sailors woke up on a ship miles away, forced into service. Moans and voices can still be heard coming from the now closed tunnels, and specters have been seen in rooms upstairs, which currently function as a restaurant. What?
Wow.
So they kidnapped
Yeah, they kidnapped sailors
these sailors and
and
threw
forced
them
them to
in-
work.
What the?
That's crazy.
That's pretty harsh, man.
That is harsh. That Savannah's a rough and tough place.
Rough and tough, man.
All right, last one.
Take the last
Madison
one,
Square.
man. Madison Square.
Throngs of tourists. Hold on, I said thongs for a 2nd. Throngs of tourists are attracted to Madison Square by its pleasant scenery. It is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yes, it is so pretty.
Only to encounter a ghostly presence. The site is soaked in the blood of fallen soldiers from the Revolutionary War. Bodies of British soldiers have been unearthed during recent construction, which is absolutely out of this world. And you hear that a lot, actually, when people go into reconstruction for houses or stuff. They'll, like, find bodies or
Yeah.
dead or, like, limbs. It's weird. Visitors have reported a ghost who runs straight toward them, then disappears, and experience unearthly sounds echoing across the square.
If I had a ghost running towards me, I'd. Oh, ooh.
There's a movie, and I can't remember which one. It might be Annabelle. I think it's Annabelle.
I haven't seen
Of
it.
where the movie starts out, and this guy is screaming at you, running with a knife, and it is the scariest thing. Look, yes, I get scared at jump scares. Who doesn't? But at the same time,
Insidious is definitely a jump scare.
there is nothing scarier than seeing something like staring at you, and then it full-fledged start running at you screaming. That's the scariest. Like, I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about that because it's a scary thought.
It is,
Because
man.
what do you do? What do you do?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're backed into a corner. You're just like,
Well,
no,
I'm
stop.
done.
I'm not ready.
I'm
No,
done.
no, stop. Yeah. But yeah, that was our top 10-ish. Top ghost hauntings in America.
Something like that.
Something like that along those lines.
Just a group of things we came up with and decided to discuss with you guys
And
today.
Going off on a tangent and some rants.
Sometimes we like to do that, though.
Our history sucks.
Yes, it's just it's sad and depressing.
Yeah,
But-
America was built on bloodshed.
Yes, but very interesting at the same time.
It is, yeah. And, one day we'll go through, like, our top murders that have happened in America, because that's kind of interesting, too. And of course,
Top serial killers.
yeah, Lizzie Borden's on the top murderers, of course.
Oh yeah.
And top unsolved mysteries will be good, too.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
But yeah, we'll go through some of those later. But yeah, we're gonna end this here. We've been talking forever. And again, we'd like to apologize for not coming out with another podcast this week. We had some technical difficulties, and we definitely don't want to cut corners when it comes to producing a
Good
quality
show.
That's what we want to do. This is a passion project, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we're producing quality stuff for not only us to listen to, but others. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
exactly.
like listening to the stuff too.
Yes. And please be sure to share this video and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Thank you so much for our new subscribers, by the way. We
Yes,
really do appreciate
we do
it.
appreciate the guys out there, gals out there that taking time out of their day just to hear our voices.
Yeah, and we will commence doing another podcast Tuesday with it going up on Wednesday. If all goes to plan, and then the same thing, we'll shoot next Friday and bring up one on Saturday, and we'll let you know ahead of time what that's going to be. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Nick, and this is Taylor,
Hello.
and we will see y'all next time.
Goodbye.